Um, Good, how are you?
What you up to with your camera?
Taking video,
Of this?
whatever I see.
Good, life is good. Stay true.
Looking for art. Is that hurricane damage?
Yeah, you're just like me. I've got a whole thing full of walking around having coffee. Yeah, but I was here like 2 weeks ago, and so I saw the guys working on this. I thought, have a look, see what they're doing.
It's interesting how it looks like there's only that one area that was damaged.
Yeah, this part.
Was there a tree?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think a tree.
No, it doesn't look like it.
It looks like something might have flown and hit it, but they've taken all the old facade off of this and re-plastered it, so that might have had some damage. I didn't see that because it was all full of scaffolding.
I saw him working on it 2 days ago
Okay.
when I walked by.
Yeah.
And I think I know a Lynn who's maybe lives in that third one.
Well, what do you think? I have property that's commercial up in Pinellas Park, and a block and a half away they took a 3.5 acre parcel and are putting over $1 million homes on it. 2-story. This is 3-story. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been in?
I have. I was in Lynn's, and her name may not be Lynn.
But the idea, what was your feeling of this space, and did it have like a seating area? I'm seeing this here, like a seating area off the top room or something.
I think they're fine, and some people love townhouses, so I think you'd be okay as long as the total square feet is
well, my property
appropriate.
is 10,000 square feet.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I walked.
But you're talking about for an investment.
Well, I want to sell the property, but I'm gonna, polish my Aladdin's lamp to.
Downsize yourself?
Well, yeah, I have a grown child, an adult in California. I lived 40 years in California.
What part?
Northern California, San Francisco.
Okay.
Next to Berkeley and all that.
Nice.
How about yourself?
Well, I grew up in Mississippi. Yeah, I've lived here for 25 years. We lived on 10th and Locust in the old Northeast.
Yeah.
And
You grown to love it?
oh yeah, yeah. We're not going anywhere. Luckily, we survived the storms.
Yes. Well, I was born here. That makes
Wow.
me different.
Yeah.
1947.
Well, you've seen the big changes, which started around 2002.
Well, I wasn't here. I was in Europe. I
Oh.
lived in New York.
Or California.
I lived in New Orleans. I lived in California. I've just been here 9 years back.
Are you going back to Cali?
I'm just saying, I have a son. Do you have children, or you've got dogs?
I do, but he's in high school.
Yeah, but you have a dog.
Right. I do have a dog.
How did I know?
Oh, my shirt. Yes. William is my dog. He's
Yeah.
great.
But you know what I'm saying? At a certain point, I'm very flexible, and I'm going to go do some aerobics and calisthenics, build up my energy again.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, I'd rather be close to my son because he doesn't like this place here.
Right.
He didn't grow up here. He was born in San Francisco.
And he likes San Francisco today?
Yeah, well, he has
Still?
his own business.
Okay.
He's not in that. He lives in Oakland. He has
Okay.
his own business.
Well, it's beautiful there, I hear. I mean, it's changed. There's a lot of homeless and all that.
In 75 is when I arrived in San Francisco, and I left in 2015. So
You missed Haight-Ashbury.
I did. I grew my hair really fluffy. I graduated University of, not university. What is it?
Stetson?
No, University of Florida, Gainesville.
Yeah, sure.
See, you get old.
I'm the same way, trust me. It has nothing to do with age.
Well, getting out and, I didn't grow up in this neighborhood. I grew up in Allendale near Dr. Webb's house.
Yeah. At Webb City?
Yeah, Webb
Yeah,
City.
yeah,
That was
sure.
my childhood haunt,
I would have loved to have toured it and taken some video. I heard it was quite the place.
Well, exciting, just like Mazzaro's.
Yeah.
He kind of, I know he, has that feeling of expanding
Discovery.
everybody, a horizon. What's around the corner. This is, something odd to enjoy. And you and I are the same ilk. I've got my pictures. I was going to start taking pictures of this. There's another place downtown off of Beach Drive called Regent Lane. And I took a whole bunch of pictures.
Beach and Fifth?
Kind of like that.
Those were like $5 million each, I think, because of the location.
Yeah, but I walked off because I have 100 feet by 100 feet, you know.
Right.
I tried, so I walked this off.
See how much you can build?
This was 50 to the end there. I could do these too.
Now, are you going to do it yourself?
No, I'm going to take pictures and be a promoter to...
Sell it to a contractor?
Well, the guy,
or an investor?
The guy who's building just 2-story townhouses on this 3.5 acre thing is a block and a half away from me. Let him build the 10.
Yeah.
And then I'll knock on his door. Don't you want?
How's it going? Well, yeah.
Don't you think? I mean, you know, if he sells this, gets the ball.
Might want to
rolling.
wait and see if he does.
Yeah.
I had a client once. I used to sell life insurance, and he built on a cul-de-sac, a new cul-de-sac on the north end of town. This was back in Orlando.
Yeah.
And he was the first to build, and he was going to flip it. And then another builder, while he was trying to sell his, started their house, and another one started their house, and another one started their house, and everyone sold except his.
Wow. Oh no.
It ruined him financially.
Oh man.
Because it was like he took $400,000 or $500,000 out of his pocket.
Yeah.
And the reason was, I think, is because he did not build enough square feet inside the house. It was actually rather small. If you think about it, it was beautiful,
right?
But it was
kind
of like living in a dollhouse.
Yeah, but it had all the land around, and he wasn't thinking big,
right? Or wasn't thinking what people want or what you should have. I mean, you should have some minimum square feet for rooms.
No, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So I go to a coffee bar up in on 49th and 70th. The Cosmo, so it's a petite. Do you know it?
Yeah, I know Italian Market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cosmo Italian Market. So I go there every day. and I told everybody I'm not coming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to go to the gym, and there's a little cafe next to it, so you'll see me the rest of the week. But one of the people that go in there, he said he had some damage to his roof, and the insurance company gave him. You know, if he would make the minimum, whatever he's supposed to, $9,000, and they would do the 30. And so we all looked at him like,
do it.
You live alone, and what are you living in? 3,800 square feet.
Oh, well, he likes his space.
I think.
Well, look at you. You're in a 10,000 square foot home.
No, I'm not. It's not 10,000. It's land.
Oh, whoa.
It's like
the lot.
It's like 1,000 square. House from the 1958. It's, you know, so it can be torn down, but it does have terrazzo floors. We're
still waiting on Citizens to come back with our claim. They said they'd have something Friday. I didn't hear from them.
What happened for you?
Roof, wind damage.
Yeah.
We've got leaking inside, so clearly the roof is leaking.
Oh, they gotta help you.
Yeah, my fence is trashed. My windows are trashed.
So how was the storm here? Because I'm
just windy. The wind gusts were about 100 miles an hour, and trees, mostly trees, not flooding. As you get down beach, as it lowers, they had flooding down there.
Right.
And Snell Isle and
Snell Isle is
always flooding.
Just even high tide, I've heard people say a third of my lot always goes underwater.
Yeah. If I was buying in Snell Isle, I would pay to have the house raised. Yeah, do it.
But you know, see, because I grew up here, we didn't have that kind of storms back then.
Well, we have drainage problems now. That's the problem.
And you know, I take the bus because I want to, because I had 6 whiplashes in California.
Oh, geez.
Yes, my neck is like. So because I grew up taking the bus to school, it doesn't bother me. But for years, I'd get off on the main drag here.
Fourth?
Central going out, Central, and the water would be like this.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, our rainy season, they have not, and other people, it's just not me and you, it's other people I've talked to and overheard. They all say the infrastructure is not keeping up with
the development. Sure.
And we all
that's obvious.
And what's that all about? Because
money, paying to the politicians.
and then, you know, God bless the people who have the money and the wherewithal, the family back home. They're only going to be here 3 months in the winter. And then we've got all this beautiful buildings that are creating... empty, but creating bad wind.
Wow.
See the bad wind. Because when I grew up, the Sereno Hotel, we had 9th grade cotillion there. And now it's the Forenzia, which is, you know, 80 feet tall. Or, I don't know.
And soon to be the Waldorf Astoria.
Oh, no kidding.
Did you hear that?
No, I don't. I need people to talk to me.
It's gone through 3 approvals already.
What is, they're going to tear it down?
It's somewhere in one of these spaces. It's 400 Central. 400 Central.
Yeah, no, I know
Used to have the steel around the building, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's going to be a Waldorf Astoria, which is going to be a massive, 40-story, 50-story building probably. There's going to be residences.
Yeah.
I don't know if a hotel's going to be there, but...
Well, they can't bring back my memories. I grew up here, I told you. I was 9
Those will never come back.
9 years old, 1956. The Florida Theater was on that property, and Elvis Presley...
Is that right?
...there.
Wow.
And I saw him.
Did you?
Yes.
56. That was when he was starting out.
21. He was 21. 2 weeks before Ed Sullivan. He did a whole tour
wow.
of the South. You know, shaking the...
Sure.
We loved him, you know.
Of course. That was Elvis. I got a little taste of St. Pete before Rick Baker, who is really credited with
expanding
the Renaissance, as they call it.
Rick Baker. Is he from Pinellas Park?
He's from St. Pete. He was mayor in 2000 to 2008.
Is he a former real estate guy?
No. Well, he might have been a real estate lawyer. He's a lawyer. I don't know what kind of lawyer. Super nice guy. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a policy wonk. He's 6-7 feet tall, big tall mayor. Anyway, he did all the Beach Drive development. Yes. And turned that into what we see today.
Yeah, Birchwood.
He did a strategic plan for St. Pete and
it was forward thinking perhaps, but you know.
Very pro-developer though, no doubt.
Yeah, obviously.
But he created value because everybody's property values have gone nothing but up. He brought economic activity to the area, which were jobs, which were businesses.
Right. It was very slow. There was only one, we had the Black White, and then we had like one Chinese restaurant, and I became friends with the daughter in university, and we all drove up to New York City together.
Yeah. Wow.
But I'm just saying it was.
Now you can take Amtrak.
I know, but it's like a backwash.
You should do Amtrak. I just read an article yesterday.
Across the country?
He went from where did he go? He went to New York and back, and maybe it was Miami to New York and back.
Yeah.
And it took like 28 hours.
Yeah.
And it cost $400. And his name is Raheem Kassan, I believe is his name. He's a columnist. And if you put Raheem and Amtrak in a search engine,
my mother was from the.
But his article was lovely. It was about the whole experience of taking the train today.
Well, yeah, people don't realize.
First class and regular class, and they still have that. And it's not an efficient way to travel because it takes too long. You stop too many times, but you don't have to drive. You can read.
You can relax.
You can relax.
Yeah, there's pluses to all of it. My mother was from Queens, and she married my father. They came down here, after the Second World War, and I think she took me in a buggy on the train up to Queens to show me off.
Yes.
It's probably 9 months old.
Yes.
So I've been on.
You don't remember much.
I have the pictures. They had a dog called Stinky, a little cutie, and I remember Stinky as a little kid.
I know the European trains.
Yes.
And that's a great way to get around Europe.
Yeah, we took the train from London to Paris.
I didn't do the tunnel yet, but would love to.
Yeah.
Still a little scared to be under the water.
You don't even notice it. You don't even hear a slish or a swash.
Well, terrorists and everything. Bomb goes off under there, you're screwed.
I'm not really.
You
Oh,
know.
you're so forward thinking.
I know. Well, these days you really have to be careful about stuff like
Oh,
that.
I know, it's too much sometimes to be just relaxed and,
Right.
you know, just let the world be happy. Well, charming talking to you. Where are we heading for now?
I'm Andrew Orr, by the way.
Nora Pate.
Nora, nice to meet you. I am going to the Whitley something building where there's a massive mural on the west side.
Okay.
I mean, this is a 40-story building.
Wow.
They're doing a massive, looks photorealistic of a lady, and I don't know anything about it, but they're almost done with it.
Yeah.
I looked for it yesterday, and I was too far south.
Right.
But it's one of these buildings that's the tallest. And it's on 5th and something.
Well, you'll find it.
So I'm
but
going to
that's
stay
the-
on
the-
5th. Is that 5th? Oh, that's
I don't
6th.
know.
Okay, I gotta go
I'm
down that way.
always lost.
Yeah, I'm a little too far north right now, but
Yeah.
and then I'm going to walk downtown and see what's going on. But
Yeah.
hopefully I can see some police in action because I've got a website.
Oh, you will. You could.
Well, I'm trying to bring out the good that the police do. There are a bunch of people now. They're called First Amendment auditors,
Okay.
and they go out and they look for bad police
Bad police.
just to get clicks. And
Terrible.
yeah, and they're real rude and they cuss because they can because of the freedom of speech, but it's just rude,
Yeah.
disrespectful. And
the
there's
police-
nobody out there doing what I'm doing, which is
know.
trying to
Yeah.
bring out the good that they do.
Well, here's the thing. I just, because in my area, we have the most fatalities of pedestrians and bicyclists in Pinellas Park.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
On Park Boulevard. When you see a push blinking light, that means someone's died.
Right, right. Oh,
Died. No, someone's died there. They
Oh.
don't do it unless that's,
I see.
yeah. Even on 4th Street, when she was going to, like, I think Rolling Oaks, like one of those, could have been 9th.
That was 9th. I saw that one where there's
Yeah.
a bicycle there.
Yeah, this girl,
Yeah.
the man who pushes carts there told me the story. And
That's where we shop.
yeah, so the idea is they got a grant to help instill in pedestrians that they should not cross, like this.
Be careful. Yeah.
It's not about being careful. So the first time they stopped me, I grew up here. I was 5, 6 years old taking the bus crossing 9th Street by myself.
Hmm. Those days are over.
I know, but I'm super aware. I'm not gonna. I'm an artist, so I can gauge things.
Oh, really?
Yes,
What type of art?
I've done everything.
Okay. Do you still do it? Do you post it online?
I have an Instagram account.
Oh, yeah?
My Nora Pate, P-A-T-E.
Okay.
Instagram.
I have an art group on Nextdoor. Are you on Nextdoor at all?
No, inform me.
Well, Nextdoor is like the Facebook for neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And Old Northeast is is one group in Nextdoor, and all the other communities, Kenwood, they're starting to
Yeah,
merge with each other. It used to be you could only see your neighbors, like in my case, the Old Northeast, you could only see them. Now I can see people from all over the place.
Okay.
Anyway, you can have groups, and I started Art in Burg.
Beautiful.
There's 800 people in there.
Dang.
And so what I do is I go around and I look at artwork and I post it up.
Okay, that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and because we, as you know, this is a very art-rich community.
It can be. It can be, because I grew up here. My mother said, why don't you become, so this is in, I graduated, 65 from Northeast,
I
What?
taught there for a year.
Oh, stop.
I did.
What did you teach? English?
No, financial algebra, which is merging money and math. I did it for 1 year and I said, I'm done.
Yeah, that's a hard one to,
That was it for me. Truth is, I couldn't really pass the, they let me teach for a year, but then I had to pass the high school math test for teachers.
okay.
I took it twice. I couldn't pass it.
Well, it sounds like me. I got married, my first marriage was in Paris, France, and
Nice.
so I say it was a green card marriage. I was taken care of. I was a docent at the Museum of modern art in San Francisco for a year.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, during the
Do you know Helen Huntley by chance? She's your age, I think.
Huntley. I don't.
You know,
her.
she was a columnist for Tampa Bay Times forever, or St. Petersburg Times back in the day. But she's a docent now at the James Museum of Western Art.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. They've done a beautiful job putting that together.
But she loves museums, so she's always posting stuff on museums.
Person, yeah, exactly. But no, I've had an art career in San Francisco. I created sculpture that was. I rented to the large stores on Union Square, and then I did commissions.
Good.
And then I went into doing wholesale because somebody at Macy's came up to me during a lecture, and I had my son on my back saying, "I know who you are," and great opener. Who am I? Oh, I know that you do this and that. He says, if you create a line of your concrete tabletop things, I'll buy it from Macy's. So that started me on a 15-year career doing wholesale.
That was a big break.
Well, Saks Fifth Avenue came from they were in San Francisco, and I had done all my sculptures in all their windows, and a 14-foot tall sculpture when you enter. Then I started the wholesale business, and I was doing concrete bowls, the only woman in the United States doing concrete bowls in the 1980s.
Concrete?
Yes.
Did they sell? Obviously they sold because you did it for 15 years.
I did wholesale. My largest one.
Why, you sold it to Macy's and then they sold it to the public, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, Saks Fifth Avenue came from New York.
And Saks.
Came to New York from New York to see the artists in the Bay Area. And I brought my concrete bowls, and I said, well, which do you like? She says, it's up
all
to
of
you. No, she said, whatever you want to send me, this will be the order. That's carte blanche. But my largest, I was a handcraft artist, and you have to understand that. And that's a different place.
Production is tough.
Yeah. Well,
Mass production is tough.
I have a left brain and a right brain. And I'm mathematical in one and creative in the other. And I go, so my largest order was to Smith & Hawkins for 5,000 hummingbird feeders. Handmade.
Concrete?
Handmade hummingbird feeders. I did concrete for 3 years. I did wholesale for 15, the total concrete. And so everything I would make every 6 months, a whole new list of products. So I had different parts of my company were called Grotto, Herbal Home, Nora Pate Studio.
Have you ever tried Amazon? These days, Amazon is everything.
Handcraft.
Well, okay.
2000. I've been retired since 1999.
Yeah.
So that's 25 years I've not worked.
And retail has changed.
Totally changed. When they started wanting to do, COD with a credit card, I said, man, I haven't got time for this bull.
Right.
And it was, my time was up. I'm here out in the world.
Yeah.
Give me your name again.
Andrew.
I thought it was Andrew. I should have tried.
I'm retired. I was a financial planner for years.
Yeah.
And my wife still works. She works for a company that sells to retail, large retail, like pet supermarkets and so on.
Yeah.
And it can be brutal because they will call you up and say, we want you to cut your price 10%.
Yeah, right.
And they're already at their lowest, and they're already losing money, and they want another 10%. It's crazy.
What's the product they're selling to pet?
What they sell is a pet nutrient supplement that you pour on the dog food. So you pour a cap full on the dog food. So there's several formulas, one of which is kidney and bladder.
Yeah.
Our dog has
like people,
they got issues.
Do they have thyroids?
They have
something similar.
They've got kidney and bladder. They've got.
I can take a thyroid one.
They've got, God, I don't know what else they've got.
But no,
there's like 4 or 5 formulas.
But they're not human and they don't talk per se.
Right.
Hey, but it's the idea that they're the new. If you go down to Beach Drive, what are they? They're the new baby.
Well,
The pets, the doggies, they're always in the carriage.
oh,
Come
on Beach?
Beach Drive? You haven't seen everybody with the pushing the.
It's probably Catherine
No, there's.
Benute Havlus, who is an artist in town, and she's got a dog that I think
She's in a carriage.
I think she uses a carriage, maybe not. She's from Belgium, sweet lady.
I lived 6 months in Brussels, so that was my first from New York to Brussels, getting out of college.
Mm.
So that put me on the European side of the big ocean.
And you got married in Paris?
Yes.
That's awesome. I did my honeymoon in Paris and south of France. A week in Paris and a week in Cannes.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back.
Well, do you go to the cafe down here?
Which one?
Right there.
Oh, right there, the black,
Over your shoulder.
Black something cafe?
Yeah, the Black Crow.
Black Crow? No, I
There's
don't.
2 rooms, and then you order in
Yeah.
the northern one, and then the next one this way.
I feel so claustrophobic in there.
Well, no, I just they had the Harvard Review. I read part of that. I found a good article. I took pictures of it. But they had a book. It was LH, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
luxury hotels.
Oh.
And I just opened it up to, Cannes and all of that. And I went, so I wrote down, their.
All these memories are
.com.
flooding back.
Yeah, but it's like, they say that the mind, the unconscious and the conscious, that if we would reprogram ourselves to understand that we are more than just, what we are, little puppies running around,
Mm-hmm.
that we have.
There's a lot more going on.
Yeah, the qualities. And
Yeah.
we see glimpses of it during our life, just like things that are spot on. But then we play with our emotions, and that snaps us back into
Right.
the zoo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in finance, you must know you can't have emotions.
Right.
And when you do, I learned.
Although that's what drives the stock market.
I know, but you can't make money.
Right.
So the guy with the 3,800 square feet, I said, let's have champagne. My guy came in and, and the stock market went crazy. And he says, I'm up $40,000. And I said, you know what? I said, you're not up $40,000 on paper. You don't have $40,000 to yourself.
Right. And if you're not selling, talk to me in a week and we'll see where you are.
Well,
Be up, down.
because I am not a fool. I have been through the whole. I studied all that stuff.
Is he coming in
Back
here?
Yeah, he's got a garage. We get to see him open it. Shh, shh.
I'll take a video of it.
You see what I'm saying is that I studied all that because of the charts. I'm an artist. I memorized, a descending pattern that is contour to the descending, that this is going up a little bit, that means it's going to go up. But it's another thing to do it,
Mm-hmm.
as you know. But did you advise or were you doing it?
Did I advise her on what?
On stocks and stuff, financial analyst.
Oh, I was a financial planner, so.
What does that
But
mean?
no, we believe in index funds. We don't believe that you can make money buying and selling stocks. It doesn't work.
So index, that's what the 3,800 feet has.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you should have as index funds because they're broadly diversified, or exchange traded funds. That's fine. But you get instant diversification, and you get rid of set it and forget it, knowing it's going to go up and down, but theoretically it should go more up than down. But when it's right to invest, like for example, we've got our college fund for our kid in cash right now, largely because I thought the world was melting with the election and everything, and but also, even though we've missed out on the market in the last week, and it's exploding now, of course, because the relief is we're depressurizing, I guess. But he's in college in 4 years, so I'm thinking, not investing for 4 years because still it could tank, and it may not come back for 4 years.
Right.
It'll be back in 10. And
Too late.
so we're going to leave it where it is.
Are you got it in the bank?
Yeah, it's actually in a bond mutual fund. It's in money market mutual funds,
Money market.
cash.
Yes.
Yeah, we had it at the state of West Virginia 529 plan. Every state has a 529 plan.
529. What does that mean?
Education funding, that's just the law.
From yeah.
It's tax-free growth, tax-free. You can pull out your gains tax-free,
Yeah.
so long as it's used for qualified education expense.
Right. And it has to be now. Not when I went to school.
Right.
$200. You know.
It's a great plan, I think, but
No, they needed to do that.
we only raised 70,000. That's going to have to be enough. We can't afford the rest. We're not rich.
Well,
But
you know, it's just interesting. I started working at 14. There was a theater called the File Theater. The File family had that hotel on 400
oh, really?
Central that they took down. PHIL File.
Oh, that's the building that might be I know which building you're talking about.
That was the opposite to the Snell building
Yeah.
on that corner. But they had a movie theater further down on the left-hand side, and I worked there when Auntie Mame came out.
Wow.
The movie,
Yeah.
with Rosalind Russell.
Huh.
And, you know, I was probably getting like 60 cents an hour
Yeah.
way back then. My mother says, she's a financial genius. Well, give me, you know, part of your salary, so I can make $15 or $20
Right, a check.
at best.
Right.
And she put it in a mutual fund or something for me. And unfortunately, I was too young to understand what was going on, and she didn't have the skills to
You
help
spent
me.
it too early.
No, I was, I didn't like that she took what I earned.
You didn't like to save.
No, I didn't like that she told me that I needed to do this, and she took my money and put it into this, but it wasn't like we decided together. Or
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
A little too authoritative.
Yeah, because then,
Yeah.
then my son said to me when I was making money, he said, Mom, you should get an NVIDIA. So I did for a while, but then I got bored with it. And so now it's like, you know,
Right.
you know, but I don't care because I'm control of me.
Yeah.
It's not me, the capital and things controlling me.
I suggest you don't need to be day trading stocks anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's just, yeah, like you say, you put it
It's
in.
just bad for your financial health. It's, you know, people do it. You know, they've studied it.
I know. They sell it to
Buying a
people.
stock stimulates the same part of the brain as cocaine.
Right. It has to.
It does. They've studied it. I don't know what it's called, but somewhere back there. And it,
Satiety or, you know.
pituitary gland or something. And that's, you know, it's, and everyone talks about the money they made, but no one ever talks about the money they lose.
No.
And that's a psychological bias that exists in everybody. There's all these biases.
Well, I do talk about what I lost. To me. But I don't, you know, it's not something people want to hear.
But just people tend to want to focus on the gains
Yeah,
because of
that's
that
what I'm
pituitary
saying.
gland.
That's what when the guy said they're going to give me $30,000 for my roof.
Yeah.
And I just made $40,000 in 2 days. And I said, yeah, but, you know, did
You better sell it.
He said, oh, no, I'm keeping it. Oh, you know what he said? He said, I want more. His
Smart.
His brain is hooked.
Well, how old is he?
He's retired. He's like
Oh.
my age.
Some people just enjoy it, but it's not something that I find enjoyable. And our role as financial planners were to help people accomplish goals.
Right.
And we didn't see it as smart to speculate, which you do when you're buying and selling stocks. It's pure speculation.
Yeah.
When you index, you don't speculate.
Yeah.
And historically, indexes have outperformed the active managers anyway.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, indexing is the way to go long
I
term.
don't tell you that.
But because the whole industry wants you to buy the more expensive products
Yeah.
where they make the most money on, which is their managed products.
Yeah.
Because they've got money managers that they pay millions of dollars to that they have to pay for. So they charge you 1.5%,
I know.
when an index fund is 0.3.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? For me, so I don't have a lot of money, but we sold our house 2015 and next to Berkeley, and we took some money and went our separate ways. I was married 38 years.
That happens.
And
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, right.
There's somebody's hat right there. Did you see that?
Really? No. Look at that. Ultra Michelob. That's why. Let's put it up here in the crotch.
There you go. Yeah.
He'll find it again. That's funny.
It's a nice hat. It's got a pin on it too.
Wow.
A pendant.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's just fun to see what people are doing. I took pictures of. There was a tree down over a couple of blocks. I'll walk this way because I'm gonna.
I'll walk with you.
Yeah. Just watch the.
Yeah, I know.
Repaired these in,
I'm used to it.
years.
I'm devising a plan. I think I'm gonna, when I run for mayor, I'm gonna run based on improving the sidewalks. That's gonna be my only issue.
Yeah, no, downtown you can't have these big buildings and all this funny sidewalk stuff going on.
Well,
Now,
the hex.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This has been the cornerstone of
Yep.
this, and this was put in way before I was born.
20s.
And look at it, it's all beautiful. And then they put the tar over it and all this stuff. You know, when you go to Europe, as you well know, I've taken pictures in Florence of the guys lifting up the cobbles, doing all the work they need to do, and then just putting them back. Not, ripping, whoever
Right.
sold people, especially, this area is not really too much like other areas where you see it coming through. But this is worth.
This is great. I know. Our street is still brick.
But look at this.
You can't get that today.
They don't.
I used to not like the Augusta block in there
And now you love it.
because of free advertising, and now I love it. And my contractor who is in town, he lives here, he says he loves it, and he explained that's what gives it class. And
well, quality of handmade way back when, with that special Georgia clay, to bake it and all that. Look at the thousands and thousands.
this is nice.
Yeah, it's much bigger than the other one.
That's the building, I think,
With the crane?
with the mural.
Okay, coming up.
Yeah, it's on the other side of that big tall building right there.
Yeah. Well, my mother said to me, I was, an artist, and she said, "Oh, why don't you become a mural artist here in St. Pete?" I said, way back when in the 60s.
She
one
was ahead of
doing
her
it.
time.
Totally. I could still be waiting for a job. Look at this tree. Look here.
Oh. They need to cut that down.
That's pretty treacherous looking.
That's city property too, so they're waiting for the city to come by and
Oh, to fix it up.
that's a banyan.
Well, that's what I photographed. It was really cut. A huge banyan. On my walk today, coming around here.
I think the city's getting around to cleaning everything up. Some people are
They're getting tired of
impatient.
waiting.
Yeah, but jeez. I don't care if it takes a year. We've got it piled up in front of our house.
Yeah, well, my tree on my property, I've got a black plum from Southeast Asia. I've had people from India, 6 people knocking out the black plums in August, not asking me if they could be on my property, but we got through all that. I took them. I said, "Can I take a video of y'all?" just to show people that.
This is a nice building. Someone redid that.
Oh yeah, I would sit at. You're not a coffee drinker, are you?
Oh, I am.
Well,
I have a little ADHD, so it's hard for me to sit.
this over here is that
Yeah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Yeah, I've been over there a couple of times looking at this building. So is this a new building, or did they redevelop an old building?
I think they redeveloped an old
That's what
building,
I thought too.
but it's beautiful.
No, it's gorgeous. If these are working garage doors. wonderful. I like the opaque glass.
I don't know what they do with this space here. I would figure something out. I guess maybe that's a garage. People
Yeah,
drive
I
in.
think they're garage doors.
I guess that's what it is.
Unless they're living in there.
No, I think you're right.
Because this is, because this is this, yeah. These are on-ramp kind of things to go in.
Yeah. Although you don't see any tire tracks on here, so maybe not.
No. Well, here.
Well, maybe.
See this more compact on either side. For
Yeah, you got to
tires.
park somewhere, and I guess that's what they did.
I think that's pretty smart.
Sure.
If they're using it for that, they might be it might be an Airbnb.
Would you like to see the mural?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's right here. We just have to get on the west side.
Okay. Is it a little white building there in between the two biggies? No?
It's the biggie.
The biggie?
Yeah, this mural's like
Okay.
50 foot tall.
I noticed downtown, Williams Park,
Yeah.
where the federal FedEx is.
Yeah.
That then you walk some more on the corner. It's a theater company that somebody did a mural.
Oh.
I was right under it, so I couldn't really see it. I saw her name, and was done maybe 10 years ago.
There's really a lot of mural artists in town. There's a handful, though, like Derek Donnelly is probably the leading one. I think there's a guy named Mize.
Okay. So these 800 people that are following together the art.
They're in the group. So it's like Facebook with a group. So if you like, Chevrolets, you could join the
Right.
Chevrolet group. Well, this is an art group on the Nextdoor network.
On Nextdoor
And-
network. Okay.
For whatever reason, 800 people are still there.
That's fabulous.
There it is.
See, oh yeah, there's yeah.
Oh, they're working on it now. The one thing I don't like about this camera is there's no zoom. It's a GoPro, but wow, look at that.